welcome to the Game Time Show here from our studios at this Stadium where we talk everything sports. We are back on the screens again for the 2026 edition of the Game Time Show where we'll give you insightful analysis on all the European top 5 games. And with me to do that is a Lone Ranger for the first time in 2026 in the person of Elon, the citizen. Elon, how are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Today is a Max man. I don't know why. Maybe later on the show, he'll give us reasons why he's in Max. He has to disguise himself from the title challenges. Of course, I'm not sure this will be enough for you to hide from the difficulties that will be coming your way. I know you are defensively coach, and going into the last fixtures, you'll be very much exposed, and that's to the excitement of all the Arsenal fans. And we are very hopeful for this trophy come in the next 5 or 6 months. We want to go straight into the fixtures, but all we'll start off with will be the Man City game. I hope you are familiar with the fact that Man City have some new additions.
Yeah.
Amorim, unfortunately, have lost his job to Carrick.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it's something that will excite the City fans going into this particular fixture. This is one of the fixtures that comes out with a lot of controversies and a whole lot of drama. And we're looking forward to a very exciting game. I don't know what your take would be on this one. Do you think Man U losing Amorim at this point in time, even though they are welcoming back Ahmad and then what's the name? This Cameroonian guy, Mbuemo back to the squad after the AFCON, will be a sort of motivation for the team going into this particular fixture?
I mean, these two players that you've highlighted are very vital to. I mean, were very vital to what Amorim wanted to do at Manchester United. But then this is a new coach, and then we don't know. I mean, I think he plays in a 4-3-3 system. But as to whether he would want to still go with the same narrative,
Carrick with me.
Yeah, Carrick. I mean, I mean, at Middlesbrough, he plays 4-3-3, and then they are a very attacking side. They don't set back. But then with this current United team, if you say you could play the same team for that, then you go collect.
So you won't make a change in approach to the game in terms of
No,
tactics?
exactly. You can play the 4-3-3, but then maybe you can do a mid block or something. But say like if you want to play like free flowing football with City and then play all attack, honestly, your defense will become vulnerable. And then just as you highlighted, City have lost their center pair in Diaz and then Vadio.
Yeah.
So and then they are trying to form a new partnership deal with Kuzanov and then Ainin. So far they featured in 2 matches and then kept a clean sheet.
Do you think that those matches were competitive apart from the match against Newcastle? The Camp Beef as a target match, I'm sure you bear with me. That was just for.
No,
for,
I think
for the
the
team.
match before they played together. I think if I'm not the match against Brighton.
Brighton, yeah. It was a 1-1 draw.
Yeah, it was a 1-1 draw.
Yeah.
They did very well. I mean, you can see communication gap in there where they are not on the same wavelength. But I mean, it's normal because it's something new that they are trying to. I think they've not even
The telepathy and the cohesion between them is not there yet. But I think they played in a couple of occasions, except for this particular.
No, they've never played together.
Really?
So the other guy, the I-League guy, was on loan.
Okay, and you recall
and then we had to recall him because of the injury crisis we have.
But that is enough.
Yeah,
I'm sure he's doing it now. And we have Nunes and Nathan Ake also on the other hand.
Yeah, I mean, these are decent players, but then what I know is that football is not just about how good an individual is. It takes a team to actually win a game.
To do that.
Exactly, and it comes when the team, I mean, the cohesion is there, the communication is working and all that. But I strongly believe that what I have seen over the past few games, i.e. the match against Exeter and then what's the name, Newcastle, I think if they should put up these performances or replicate the same performances, we might not concede. We might concede, but we might concede less. But the defense, they are still vulnerable.
Or just concede to win.
Concede to win.
Okay, right.
I mean, I'll be very shocked if we should lose to this United side. I don't see any new coach bounce, nothing.
That's what I was going to ask you. Don't you foresee a new coach comes, or you
In
think
who, Michael Carrick?
yes, and you think the inclusion of Semenyo to your squad is a missing link that would drive the team forward to win this particular encounter.
Semenyo gives us something that we don't have. That's another attacker who has eyes for goals. Yes, Doku has been
Some
trying.
people are saying he's Doku
Pro Max.
Pro Max.
No, that is say he's better than Doku.
Yeah, he's better than Doku, but then I'm sure apart from
so he's an upgrade to what we have in Doku. And as I was saying, Doku is decent, but then Doku does not give you the goals that you require from your typical.
It's not prolific in front of goals.
Exactly. So if we are adding a Pro Max to Doku, imagine
it means that he
we are getting a full package now.
Of course, you can assess the fact of the number of games played and the number of goals he has scored.
Yeah.
I think 2 out of 2.
Yeah, I mean it should have been 3, but we all know VR and
Oh yeah, so with this particular encounter, you think that Man City is going to take Man United to the top?
Oh yeah, Man City edges it for me. But then this a fixture that can be tricky sometimes. Sometimes
it is a London derby, and I'm sure they talk about new manager, they talk about form, and all of that will be missing.
Yeah,
it's about who comes to play in this particular.
I feel like for this particular fixture, it might look like Manchester United have a lot to play for than City. Yes, City have their eyes on the trophy, the league title. But United, on the other hand, the players would want to win favor from the new manager. The manager also want to prove something.
Because it is a first home game for Michael Carrick.
And then, I mean, if he should do well for the next 6 months, he will get a job permanently.
Why? Was that part of the contract?
Oh, I'm sure.
No, but there are some caretaker coaches. They start with this kind of games. They win matches.
You can't vacate your position as a coach.
No, this is a mind you calling. It's like an old player being called upon when the team is in crisis.
Well, I understand.
Maybe he's just into just solve.
But then if he does well with Manchester United, I feel like even if he doesn't get a United job, he will get a decent job as compared to.
Oh yeah, it's more
opportunities. Exactly. So he also has something to prove. But then I think City edges it for me, so I'll predict a 2-1 victory to City.
2-1 victory to City.
Yeah.
So it means that you accept the fact that your defense is poor, so you are definitely going to concede.
Even when we're good on a normal day, we still concede.
All right. Then we'll move on to the next fixture, which is Liverpool-Burnley. I know Burnley is struggling at the bottom of the table, and Liverpool, on the other hand, is also struggling to come up, given that they actually lost Salah. I'm also suspecting Anslot to be the next victim to this kind of manager sacking between Amorim, Maresca, and the rest, and Alonso and co. I'm suspecting him to be the next manager in line if he doesn't perform against Burnley. How do you fancy Liverpool chances against this Burnley-Liverpool encounter? Burnley is playing away to Liverpool.
Okay, so I think if it's up to Liverpool, they will play Arsenal week in, week out. Because I've never seen Liverpool play like better football the whole of this season.
Except when they play
against Arsenal.
Yeah. And it's typical of teams, top teams who are underperforming, but when they come against Arsenal.
Because, like, honestly, the performance against Arsenal,
it was like there was
is this the Liverpool we are talking about this season? Yeah. I mean, shocking. I mean, they didn't win the game, but honestly speaking, we have not seen Liverpool dominate a game even against Wolves like they did against.
But they didn't have the shot on target. That should be on record.
Well, but the gameplay, I mean, like top. The performance. They isolated the middle. They isolated your midfielders, the wingers. Kekes on the day also had a very brilliant game. So I mean, if they should replicate the same performance against Burnley, trust me, they will trash Burnley. But then this is a Liverpool side that they've been playing hot and cold.
Yeah, you can't trust them.
You can't trust them. Yeah. But then I mean, I still think the big boys will come out victorious. So I still think Liverpool to win this game. But then I'm hoping that Chiesa still gets more game time because he deserves it. So Liverpool 3-1 to Liverpool.
All right, that's not far-fetched given the poor run of form for Burnley. Let's go to Chelsea and Brentford. This is another very difficult game for Chelsea, especially for their new manager going into this particular fixture. I think they have some few injuries as well going into this. I hear Cole Palmer, Reece James, and a couple of other players. And even, I think I said, though, if I'm not too sure, he's also not so fully fit going into this particular weekend game. How do you see this particular game as well? It's going to be a difficult game for Chelsea because of the physicality of Brentford going into this particular encounter. Do you think the new manager should stick to the old formation of Maresca or should vary and depend on other players for good results?
Honestly, I haven't watched Strasbourg play too many games, but then I
I
think
think they played against those championship sides during the.
yeah. But I'm talking about the coach and then his team at
Okay.
Strasbourg.
I'm not sure he has coached a lot of teams though.
Yeah. I think I watched one game against PSG. I think they drew that game, if I'm not mistaken. They play like just like my Carr's team, like they play very attacking football. And you heard him
Really,
say, it,
I was foreseeing him to be a very defensive man.
No, he's not. He even said that he wants everybody to attack. Like that's his
Really?
style of He said he wants the
Then
fans.
he played the highlight.
Yes. I don't know about the highline, but I mean attacking can be in the sense that once we get the ball behind possession, I want all people to bump up.
Okay.
I mean, but some
do
teams
the
are there.
kind of thing for people when they are.
I think maybe I would have to check on maybe his style of play for Strasbourg and then. But then what I know is that his side are very attacking, and then he mentioned it in his press because they asked him what does the fans expect from him, and what they expect a free flowing attacking football.
Really?
Yeah, that's what he said.
That's what you're going against with
the
Ghana's
beautiful
in the
football.
FIFA.
So yeah, I mean, so tonight, if we see glimpse of it, then we will know what will happen in the next 6 years. Because he has signed for 6 years.
It doesn't make sense.
We all know
I don't know why
that
Chelsea-
6 years and the two will be at that.
No way. It has never happened. But I don't know why Chelsea keeps on signing coaches for this long. And it becomes like I don't know whether they don't feel the back pay that they have to pay these coaches off.
Well,
This debt kind of thing, they are so happy to incur them when it comes to player or coach dismissal. It's just ridiculous. I don't know who is managing their finances. And so with this particular encounter, you feel Chelsea has an edge over Brentford.
honestly, I'm seeing a draw, and then Brentford to have the second top goal scorer in the league in Igor Thiago.
Yeah.
The Brazilian is on form, honestly. Whatever he touches is goal. So I think he will also give Chelsea, defenders, some heat
to think about.
Yeah. So I think, but then I'm seeing a draw, a 1-1 draw.
So 1 draw for these two sides.
Yes, please.
This will also be drawing against
Brentford.
this Brentford for their first home game.
Yeah.
For their new manager.
Yeah.
Anyway, they will look forward to that particular encounter. We'll be back here for the review of that particular fixture. Let's go on to the Nottingham Forest, the Arsenal game. Arsenal is still on top of the league with 6 points gap from Man City, who are their closest rival.
Yeah.
Going into this particular fixture, I know Arsenal also has some injury worries, especially from their back line. They've lost Calafiori, Incape, they have Mascara also out, and a couple of them are also not fully fit. But we're also expecting other players on board, like who Jesus is already playing. We have Havertz also coming back. How do you see this game? Do you think there will be still pressure on Arsenal to keep winning, or because of pressure, will fall to Nottingham Forest?
Exactly. So pressure, it could be negative or positive. But I feel like they should just be themselves. They shouldn't rush the game. But then I think it's about time Arteta starts benching Jokeris. I think Jokeris is one player that I like his style of play as a striker. I've watched him at Sporting and I like him. Honestly speaking,
So who would you prefer among the?
If you are talking about the Jokeris in the Sporting, I would even prefer him to Haaland because of his ball playing ability and then how he's in the games.
So does this go down to Jokeris' ability, or you think the team is now trying to find a rhythm to play with it?
No, if it's about finding rhythm, coaches can do their best. Adjust the formation to suit the attacker. But another thing about football is building close relationship with
the players. I think on and off the pitch,
Exactly.
you should be able to know that okay, when I have the ball here, it's a cutback.
Exactly.
When I have it here, it's just at the far end of the post.
Let me just use Haaland and Shaki for instance. They have this close relationship outside football in the sense that you can see it in game. Where if Shaki has the ball, he wants to find Haaland. You can see that, like brother, I don't know, like the day are you and his brother, one always wants to find another.
I think so with Bucharest and the.
I feel like Jokris does not have a good
isolated.
Yes. And then there are times where even when Odegaard is holding the ball, he doesn't make any run because he knows that if I should run, pass the end back. So then there was this particular day, I think I was watching your last match against Liverpool.
Yeah, Liverpool.
Declan Rice did some pull out.
Yeah.
Jokris was just walking. He didn't even anticipate that the ball come. So Rice was like, and the commentator even said it that as a striker, you should be found there. Because Rice was like, where are you? And he was like, Charlie, I'm sure it's a man. Yeah, so he has to start building
I'm sure in the past he made those rounds. They could not.
No, you can clearly see that he makes runs and pass and then
yeah, and so he's.
And you see him, he'll be furious and all that. The same thing happens with Haaland. He will make some runs and the pass doesn't go.
But that doesn't mean you should stop. I think you should keep going because you don't know when.
Sometimes it's tiring, honestly. I mean, sometimes you need to.
No, but if you look at his all-round play now, I'm not sure he's more involved in like when Jesus comes to play. This is more like a complete footballer who tries to make people around him more.
Jesus tries to find himself in spaces where, like, the ball can be fed to him. Jesus would not want to do battle with a center.
No. He's not that physical.
Move himself. He's physical, but he doesn't want to.
Oh no, but because of his past injuries, he will not want to be heckled.
Even before then, you will hardly find Jesus trying to body egg. But Jacques will want to hold that play.
But he's not able to do it. That's my issue with Bucharest. He tries to hold that play, they'll push him down. Sometimes they take the free kick.
So
sometimes he
change something. And these things it's not a coach. A coach cannot tell you that
the mentality of the person.
If you see that, my style of play, this has to play in sporting, and these players are familiar, let me change something here. So I feel like it's about time. He's been given too much time. For a big club, no, not a big club, sorry. For a club like Arsenal, I feel like he go back to the bench. But I feel like when Jesus comes in for 20 minutes, he plays better. No, and you can attest to that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, that he's an all-round play. It's perfect. He brings other players on board. So I say with the Harvest coming back from injury poses a lot of threat to Bucharest starting.
Oh yeah,
matches.
It does. Even I feel like even at this time, even the for bench they make Jesus a start.
But Jesus too, he don't be so prolific. Even though he brings other players into the game, he misses a couple of chances. I was surprised with the
about being prolific.
No, but
at Arsenal.
But if to be fair, Bucharest also, when he's playing, he seems to occupy a lot of the defenders a bit more. Even though he's not scoring, defenders are a bit scared of him when he gets the ball. So they are scared to come forward. They are just at the back, and he's occupying like at least two center defenders.
Fair.
Is that not another way to give room to the other attacking players of Arsenal to drive more?
Well, how many times has that yielded a goal or something? How many times has maybe
it makes Arsenal a bit more offensive going forward?
I mean, honestly, me, I've not seen any positive side with regards to that particular aspect of his game. No, I'm just seeing two different players, and then one plays lesser minutes and does a lot in the game than one who flips his hair over the whole 70 minutes he plays.
No, but if it's obstructing his view, I think it's fair he try to. And the style of that's his identity. Alan will get more than that. Alan will do his hair more than that.
Alan what
sometimes So make you not take the hair.
I hear. But not enough for us to they do some nice comeback against West Ham, but we all know the West Ham this season.
It's not so encouraging.
It's not West Ham
and their coach, for instance, I'm not too sure if he's that defensive, let's say back play on the counter kind of thing.
The game against West Ham, he nearly cried. The keeper gave away some penalty.
They won 2-1 against West Ham.
Yeah, I'm talking about West Ham. Nunes for it nearly cried.
Yeah.
The keeper gave away some penalty. Yeah.
Some of these things is difficult for you to control as a coach.
Hey.
You see all the tactics, give all the instructions, but because of petty errors from the players, you give away the game, even not a draw. At home, you losing to Nottingham Forest. Let's see if they can be able to come out with that.
So I'll predict a draw, 1-1 draw between Nottingham Forest and Arsenal.
I don't know if you are aware of the picture I just mentioned.
Yeah,
It's
Nottingham
between
Forest.
Nottingham Forest and Arsenal.
Yes.
And
It's
you are predicting
football.
what?
It's football.
Okay, I'll give you another opportunity to predict a game. Nottingham Forest and Arsenal.
1-1.
Coming this Saturday is 17.
1-1.
You see 1-1.
No brainer.
Is it an emotional prediction or
no,
based on tactical analysis?
Yes.
Okay. I'm sure the viewers are the best judge when it comes to this Saturday fixture. They'll be looking out and also expect you to be predicting through the comment section. And let's all be engaging throughout this New Year season. Let's go on to the final game, which happens to be for Tottenham and West Ham. We know Kudus is currently injured. I don't know if he will still be available for this particular fixture. Going into the West Ham game, West Ham also lost to Nottingham Forest at home, and they will be looking at this more of a London and derby as well. We're looking at a very cagey encounter between Nottingham and West Ham. I don't know if Thomas Frank also has any surprises to pull this time around. He's also at the brink of losing his job, and I'm sure he will take this job this particular encounter very serious. What do you see going into Tottenham West Ham and come this particular weekend?
I think both teams will lose.
They will lose.
Both teams will lose.
Then the match will be postponed because of.
That's just to say both teams have been very poor this season. I mean, Zuko for menu na Asiano. Tottenham.
They lost to Bournemouth. I think it was
they've lost to everybody. They've lost to everybody.
It was a very tough game against Bournemouth. They were able to
come
to a 3-2.
I think the EFL 2 or something. Check like Aston Villa self-ship them again.
Yeah. Nah. So you think it will be a losing streak for Tottenham?
No, for both teams. I don't see anybody winning this fixture. 2-2. I don't even want to talk about Spurs. Spurs, then they beg sleepers.
Anyway, so you're looking at a drawn game.
Draw.
They are going to split the points.
Yeah, because these are men, they have to help each other.
All right, then we'll also be keeping an eye on this. I'm interested in this Aston Villa Everton game.
Yeah.
I don't know what Emery will want to do. He still wants to keep his top 4 dreams alive. I'm not sure he's looking up to winning the trophy. I'm sure he's just fighting for top 4. Going into this particular game, I'm sure he will also be fighting to get a win, hoping that the other title contenders will drop points. How do you think, if you are an Emery going into an Everton game, which is also not an easy game to come away with, how do you think you approach it?
So both teams drew in their
Wolves, Everton and Wolves. I was surprised Wolves is now playing like some prime team. I don't know what is inspiring them.
See, I think the coach hasn't changed his tactics, even though they've been losing.
So it's just consistency that's the big result.
I just feel like they've been playing like Nkora ball. They just had to grow up into their game. Decision makings were going against them and all that. And right now, I think it was now that I got to know that I think majority of their players are like young players.
Oh, they are very young.
I didn't know at first, but if you watch, you can see say Nkora ball because their choice of decision makings is very bad.
So how do you see Aston going into this Everton game? I think Everton drew, and Aston Villa on the other hand, I think won their game against Crystal Palace. No, they drew as well. That was also a surprising result.
Yeah, I mean, it was a picture that I thought it goes will flow, but it was a disappointing game to watch. Thank God I didn't even watch.
It was just a waste of time.
Yeah.
So what would be the scoreline or the prediction for this particular fixture?
Honestly, I think Aston Villa edges it for me.
They are playing
by maybe a 1 goal difference. Yeah, I just feel like because Everton have lost India and then Ghana Gay to the
to
African.
AFCON. I'm not sure if that is having any impact on them at the moment.
I know these are very, like, if you take Everton as a team,
They are very
honestly, India is their best player. No cap. I know Grealish has come in, banked some few assists. This Bihoto has banked some few assists.
I really has not been consistent over some past
exactly.
few number of games.
But with India and then Ganagi is the heart of the defense.
Yeah. I think
So
that makes sense.
yeah, so I feel like it will still affect them. Maybe not like maybe like 100%, but
then
yeah, it's still weakening them small. So I feel like, and then Arsenal, Aston Villa, I don't know. I feel like they might not talk about, people might not want to talk about them challenging for the title, but it might be at the back of their head.
Yeah, I'm sure that will.
No, the victory against Arsenal. If you see how the players celebrated and all that.
No, I'm sure they're celebrating on behalf of their coach.
No, since after that victory, it was some trend where the players would be like this, three pockets.
Yeah.
I don't know if so. Yeah. When you know, like when you won, you saw what they like.
Oh yeah, I saw that on the when you're moving towards the dressing room.
Yeah, you also did the same three. Three pockets in the three. So I feel like they might have their eyes on the prize, but maybe they just don't want people.
But that will be counting about their way. I think the top four.
You can never tell.
Them, and then the other cup.
They've won. I mean, you can never tell. We were here when Leicester City won the league.
So that one, it happens every century.
And it could be this century. All right. Yeah. So I think that's the like this for me.
All right.
Maybe 2-1.
Okay. So all too soon we've come to the end of this preview show for the Gameweek 22. We'll be back on your ways again for the preview show for Gameweek 2. Until then, we will encourage you to like, share, and ensure you are more engaging in the comment section in this 2026 season. Until then, we'll see you. Stay safe and bye-bye.
Shalom.